So yeah, I know I have to keep redoing this type of video because there are still people out there in the holistic allopathic world that still think they can send me messages regarding the usage of hydroxychloroquine and all the different cures on the market that are being publicized as an alternative. You know, you don't understand. Not everybody can handle the cures on the market. The cures on the market is what caused you to be in this COVID-19 to begin with, that caused you to not be able to handle a new virus in the environment. So if you want to call people COVID-idiots by saying that hydroxychloroquine and any other cure out there that's supposed to be like under wraps and secret, if you're promoting that, then you don't get jelly juice, and don't shine me on and say, oh yeah, it's all about jelly juice. Bullshit. You're trying to basically kill off your friends and family if you're promoting hydroxychloroquine and all the latest cures. Because let me tell you, some people can't afford to have evolution be suppressed. Some people need to evolve and need to support their body correctly. And if you're not promoting jelly juice, you're not giving them a chance to live. You're actually decreasing their chances of survival because of your COVID idiot recommendations. And so, you know, this is why I kicked people out of my group that were promoting things such as hydroxychloroquine, as well as any other cure on the market that they deem is an alternative to the ventilators. So, you know, I understand I'm not going to be able to really penetrate these very, very entrenched belief systems. There's going to be a lot of you that are not going to survive this pandemic because of your belief systems, because you refuse to actually face your evolution, because you refuse to face your own mortality because of your belief system, because of your practices, because you refuse to understand my information. Some of you belong to my group where I actually kicked you out of my group because you don't belong in there, because you still don't get it. Okay? And so, yeah, Jim, you can wish me a happy birthday all you want. You could, when you giving me a PDF on hydroxychloroquine, that's a fucking slap in the face. That's a huge slap in the face. And so, you know, my birthday, I put it out there, yeah, because it's on my Facebook page, and the people use that as a license to sell their stupid holistic remedies. People use it as a license to try to get to me with all their stupid cures that they want to go and promote. And, you know, I don't like birthdays. I think they're kind of crazy. I don't know if I like birthdays is because I get cake. That's about it. But it's not going to be a reason for you to get a hold of me to promote your stupid cures. A cure is when you're basically freezing somebody in the state that they're in, and you hope that they can survive not being able to evolve. But you have no idea their life expectancy. You have no idea how much life they have. You have no idea if they can even afford to take that cure. So how anyone can promote cures and think that you're being intelligent, calling them COVID-idiots. I think you're just as COVID-idiot as they are for not understanding my protocol. Maybe they were never exposed to it. So why don't you give them a chance to not be a COVID-idiot? But then again, it's a blind leading the blind. So, you know, I find it very insulting that people use my birthday as a vehicle for them to promote their stupid cures, to slap me in the face, to say, oh yeah, you know, yeah, it's all about jelly juice. Oh yeah, of course, do jelly juice. Bullshit, you're not even promoting jelly juice, but you're probably not even doing it. So I don't want to hear about your stupid cures. I don't want to hear about the stupid hydroxychloroquine. I don't want to hear about anything other than somebody actually facing their evolution and squaring up and dealing with all of their belief systems that obviously hasn't worked. Okay? Every single time I go out, there's a new variant in the environment, and inevitably I have to go and adapt to that new variant. That's me facing my evolution. Today, like I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning again. I went out on Sunday because, yes, I have to get used to my environment. I'm facing the evolution of my environment. There's 7 billion people that are going to mutate these viruses from the therapeutics as well as anything else that's being released. But I need to square up and face the environment. I need to face whatever is out there. And so, yes, I was up at 3 in the morning, worked till about 12, and freaking passed out. Okay, and then I took a major poop right afterwards. And I'm telling you, it was insane. It was like giving birth. The body is trying to release the excess, whatever those antibodies that are trying to do a search and destroy on my evolved cells, I was releasing. And that's basically how it's going to be for however long it's going to be. I'm going to be working in between my times of evolving, because that's what symptoms are. It's evolution. But now you have to support your body correctly with food, with chili juice, and dealing with your evolution. Not suppressing it, not trying to anesthetize yourself, not trying to be 20%, 30%, 40% dead, which is really what's going on, is people are at percentages of death, levels of entropy. That's the second law of thermodynamics. And then the Newton's third law of motion is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So yes, there is a correlation equals causation to all the mass therapeutics and the rise in infection. Infection is basically evolution, but people are not supporting their bodies correctly, so they're not taking to the evolution very well. And then you recommending hydroxychloroquine is going to make it even worse. So nobody used private messenger to send me stupid PDFs about hydroxychloroquine or anything else out there that you think is being hidden by the medical holistic industry. Because no, they haven't hidden it from you. You just think that, I think what it is a very simplistic way of thinking how to figure out the truth and the facts, is that if the authority doesn't recommend it, then it must mean that it's safe and it must mean that we should use it. And that is a reverse psychology tactic that you're falling for. So if you think they're hiding the cures from you, you've fallen for the psychological operations. And, well, yeah, your outcome is going to be predictable. I get so annoyed, but then I do it out of love. My annoyance is out of not so much love for a stranger. It's the fact that I want myself to live as well as anyone else that says they want to live. You say you want to live, but you're plying yourself with hydroxychloroquine and everything else under the sun that's going to be like an antibiotic. Antibiotic is anti-life. Oh yeah, you can take a probiotic like a kombucha or upside of vinegar, but then they have too much of a bacteria that causes imbalances too. You realize when you have an imbalance in your microbiome, it causes degradation and hormonal issues. And then yes, an imbalance of the agonist antibodies and the antagonist antibodies. But no, you don't pay attention to me enough, only when it's my birthday. And then you think that is just a license for you to just sell me all your shit. No, Sandy Davidson, the flu vaccine has nothing to do with the virus as far as the pandemic. This virus was released in 4 different ways. It could have been intentionally released in China. It could have been accidental. It could have been somebody infiltrated the biotech labs studying the COVID type of variant, and then they wanted to release it to watch the world burn. Who the hell knows the intention behind it or how it actually got triggered? But it is an actual virus that has nothing to do with the flu. The virus, the flu virus, is a very low-level virus compared to the COVID-19 Sandy Davidson day. Okay? Viruses can't infiltrate each other. You can have a very, very aggressive, strong virus go and overtake and mutate another virus to where it doesn't look like the flu virus anymore. It now has the constituents of a COVID-19 virus. So no, they're not going to be testing positive for flu. They'll be testing positive for COVID-19. If you read my book, I talk about how they're called bacteriophages. A virus can invade another virus and take over. How many of you have people in your life that overwhelm you in body, mind, and spirit, and they're like a virus, and they are basically sucking the life out of you? That's exactly what the COVID-19 virus is doing. It is usurping, it is superseding the data in the flu virus and is turning it into the COVID-19. No different than when you watch your friends follow someone like Lady Gaga and they start wearing Lady Gaga clothes. No different than when your kids are wearing Miley Cyrus clothes, trying to look all sexy at 12. That's what a virus does. It invades another weaker version, and then it turns it into that. That's why everyone's having a hard time with the COVID, because they don't have what it takes to handle that aggressive thermodynamics. So all these conspiracy theories like, oh, the flu is not anymore because they're now, pretending that the flu doesn't exist. It's been superseded by the COVID because the viruses invade each other. Okay? So, if you don't do J-Juice, then you are basically playing Russian roulette. Because it's not just avoiding the vaccine. It's not even just staying at home and wearing a mask. You have to now face your evolution. You can't live in a bubble, whether behind a mask or in your house. You have to meet your environment, and you're going to have to be strong enough for it. Oh, it sucks. I'm telling you, every single weekend on a Monday after going out or either seeing friends or going out, I have to recover from being out there in the environment. Oh, but you could have worn a mask. Yeah, but then what? Delay the inevitable? I'm going to have to adapt to my environment at some point. And that's what y'all have to realize. You're going to have to adapt at some point. It's only going to be so long that you can go and hide away in a freaking cave under a rock. That's why they say don't visit those natives in the mid-Atlantic that has never been exposed to Western society, because they won't have what it takes to upgrade their body to the level of that population. You will kill somebody with all of your data if you go to somewhere in the mid-Atlantic where they've never been exposed to Western world. That's exactly what's going on right now. Some of you think that you're like the natives in the Western, in the middle of the Atlantic, an island unto yourself. And then when you want to go and commune with your friends and family, you don't have what it takes. And then guess what? An uptick of cancer, disease, and chronic illness. It's freaking insane. And so when you lose the battle of cancer, it's because your body is trying to live and you are actively suppressing with hydroxychloroquine, as well as everything else out there that does a search and destroy. All right, I gotta go. Bye.